nowadays there's many excuses to go to, right?
Yes.
When we were growing up, I could not go to my father or mother and tell them, listen, Pama, I cannot study because I am depressed.
Yeah.
I beltedy only. That's the only thing.
Yeah,
That's the
correct.
answer. But today, a child can jump and from anything. Of course, and I must say this: there are a group of people who actually suffer from this.
Yes.
There are, okay, but I don't think it's as many as being reported.
Correct.
Right. So when you as a parent have a child because of who, and sometimes for me, I look at it as when you use social media too much, the side effect is you get depressed, you get a bit slow and all that, right? How does a parent navigate this? How can they still discipline their kids and know that, look, this is an excuse or this is real?
I guess that is quite subjective, but one of the ways is they can actually be in social media with their kids and actually share more of issues or more positive approaches towards social media by getting the kids to actually go through social media topics which are beneficial for them. So teaching them on toxic approach, teaching them on toxic content, because let's face it, most of the social media content is all based on baits and hooks. They want propagandas. So they talk about more propagandas, and these kids are also hooked on more propagandas. If you remember, there's this one challenge on TikTok. It's something like the mannequin challenge, where they have to sit still and just do one move and get gifts after gifts. So there's this trend going around. I forgot the name, and then most of the kids were astonished by it. Hey, like they would just sit down and they would just move like that for 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, and then
you're joking, really?
Yes. It was a TikTok trend. I can't get the name.
Okay.
But it was a trend that's going around, and everybody was going on TikTok and just moving like zombies for 2-3 hours a day, perhaps, getting gifts. And then these kids are like, and then it came out in the news that this is one guy who did it, and he made this much of money, and then every kid was like, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. So when parents are also, let's say, in their social media, they can actually see what they repost, what they share. So they can actually tell them, hey, this thing that you shared is not right. Okay? What are the repercussions, everything, and all that. So then they will understand. But when we don't have anything, like if you don't have anything to do with their social media, basically there's nothing to talk. You cannot monitor, you cannot control, you cannot guide. So when you don't expose them to social media, then it's a different thing. They will get exposed to their friends, maybe. Their friends will have social media. This is another factor that we have an issue that we deal with. My friend has it, I don't have. What a bad mommy and daddy you are and all that. This will happen, but you have to pull through that. You have to pull through the whatever that happens if it's for the benefit of the kid. Because there's one thing that I will share with you is something called insomnia, which many people ignore. When you start scrolling until 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m., or start being on social media until 2, 3 a.m., after that it becomes a habit, then it becomes a sleep issue. Eventually you start getting insomnia, cannot sleep at night factor.
Because of the blue light?
Not really, because your mind is so active, like constantly active until 3 a.m., just doing all this. So it becomes a routine. And after that, you cannot adjust the sleeping time. So even if they have their social medias or their phones with them, they don't need it when they sleep. So these are things, countermeasures parents can take to get involved. Like, okay, give me your phone before you sleep. Or unlock your phone and show me, I want to check. Even if they delete their history or whatsoever, at least they are a bit more careful. Like, okay, I cannot do this, I better not chat, or just maybe during weekends, just at one point of time, just keep the phone over the weekend and just monitor who's texting, what they're talking, because the friends may not know. Like, they might just send and then you can say, oh, what is this? So they have to do constant, like how we used to do spot check in schools. Random.
Yeah.
One random day, just
Suddenly the teacher
suddenly
comes
come
like,
and check the bag, and then you will find everything inside.
And then
So-
suddenly you know that you brought like a comic book or something.
Yeah. So suddenly you can just tell your kid, okay, log in your social media, I want to check. And then when the kid freaks out, you know something is wrong.
Mm.
The reaction will tell. Basically, how I do it is I see their reactions. You can actually, because as teachers, we are trained with educational psychology. So in that subject, there's this called this a lot of theories based on behavior, reactions, and so on, multiple intelligences, all this. So one of it is they will always say, look at your kids' gestures, the students' gestures. The gestures will tell you. So at that moment, like when I go towards a student and then the student gets scared, maybe they have been abused or certain things may have happened that they fear the teachers, or maybe they fear the male teachers. So for some reason, we are able to find out based on our communication with them why they don't look and all these kind of things, why they don't look at us, why their eye contact is not at us. And then we just see these kind of signs to know that something is wrong, right? So phones are like that. The moment you say, bring your phone, I want to check, the moment they start freaking out, you know, okay, this guy's hiding something there. So you just have to, some or other, they will have to unlock. Second thing is they don't need to have password. Okay, so if they are having password that their friends may unlock or something like that, chances are that you are having something inside there which is unnecessary that your friends might see. Because other than that, you don't need to have anything personal inside there because they're still young. So when they start having password and all that, and then when you ask, they say, "Oh no, why you want to see?" And then you know. So these are the things that parents need to do. It's not should do, but need to do. It's just like the 90s where you come back home, your dad checks your book and see whether you finish your homework or not. Now you have to check the phone.
Times have changed.